Right. So, coming to seated. Let me just get my notes here. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to sit on a block, then that can elevate your hips just to make this a little more comfortable. And just having a little wriggle about there, just to see how you're doing in the shoulders, the neck. Settling in. And sitting up nice and tall. And before we get going, let's just check in. So checking in what's going on physically, also how you're feeling emotionally. Pay attention to how you are and bear this in mind for the class. So power yoga can be a wonderful opportunity to emote some difficult feelings that might be lingering around for you. You can express them during the practice, burn them through the fire of your solar plexus, through the core. Maybe leaving the practice feeling a little lighter. Let go of some of that crap. So we're going to come into your 3-part breath. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Take the breath down all the way into the belly. Feel the diaphragm drop. Ribs move away from each other at the sides, going all the way up into the top of the lungs, and exhaling also through the nose as you feel the chest drop down, ribs come in, and the belly contract as the diaphragm lifts up. Inhale, bottom, middle, top, and exhaling as you release from the top, the middle, and the bottom. So continuing practicing here while I talk to you about what we're going to do. So today I'm going to share with you a Forrest yoga inspired practice. And Forrest yoga was developed by Anna Forrest, who discovered yoga after a really difficult life. She experienced lots of abuse of all kinds when she was younger, and consequently developed loads of protective behaviours and addictions, and kind of perpetuated the abuse on herself. And yoga taught her to be with her body in a different way. So to find her strength was one of the first pillars, and so we work a lot on building strength in the core, the legs, the upper body, and then starting to use the breath in order to find space in our body, to find space to remove blockages that are representations in the body, so that physical tension in the body representative of stuck emotional energy. And so using that breath to explore while holding poses with strength. Also integrity, so being able to realise where you are and that is exactly where you need to be. We can't be someone else than who we are. There's an infinite number of different ways that you can be, but ultimately the best path, I guess the most effective path, is learning to be with you as you are. And that takes a whole load of strength anyway, but at least you're not trying to get away from what is. And she believes, and her practice has definitely shown me, that if you can work on strength, breath and integrity in your yoga practice, you start to connect with that deeper part of you, which she calls spirit, and you can call it whatever you like, but that deeper sense of knowing, that part of you that has a plan for you, that's there guiding you through everything that you're going through, and that ultimately we're here to learn and move through what's difficult and come out the other side grateful for the challenges that we've had. So it's an amazing way to practice yoga and to conceptualize life. And so I thought I would make it typically Forrest today. You'll recognise quite a lot because it inspires my practice and teaching anyway. So yeah, that will be lovely. So let's just take another couple of breaths while you contemplate that. coming off your block, and we're going to keep the left shin crossed in front. Extend your right leg out to the side. You might need your block underneath this left thigh. We're going to lean over to the left side and then sweep your right arm above your head and slightly revolve back as we open up into the side of the body there, relaxing the left ear to the left shoulder. Let's take another 4 breaths here. So starting to unlock the hips and open up into the side body here, where we can hold a lot of tension. Feel the in-breath balloon the ribs to the right side of the room, maybe stretching a little further with that right hand. One more. Swinging your right arm around to shoulder height, and then cupping the left side of the head, the face with the left hand. Use the left hand and that right arm to pull you up to centre. So we're trying to keep the neck relaxed. And then we're going to switch sides. Left leg extends, right knee bent with the heel in towards the groin, and then lean over to your right side before sweeping this left arm up, relaxing the right ear to the right shoulder. So that right arm working quite hard here as you plug it into the shoulder, providing that stable base for you to then use your breath to expand and lengthen through the left side of the body, and exhale, and as you feel a little more release every time. Check in with your face here and see if you're holding tension in the forehead, cheeks. Let the lips and teeth gently part and have the jaw soft. Two more. Swing your left arm round to shoulder height, and we're going to cup the right side of the face. Feel the weight of the head, how hard your neck has to work, and then come up to centre. Often we have a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders due to lack of strength in the upper body, in the arms, and so it's really important in creating a healthier body to actually build that strength and then be able to let go of where you might have had the accumulated tension. Bringing the soles of your feet together, so we're coming into Baddha Konasana. And then we're going to take the hands around the sides of the feet, the thumbs just underneath the big toe knuckle, inhaling as you lift up through the top of the head, and then bend the elbows out to the side, round in the back. Inhale as you feel the breath go all the way up from the base of the spine, right up to the top of your head. Feel that energy start to move from being more dormant in the lower portion of the body, using the breath to help activate that energy and bring it up. Anna talks a lot about making your brain sparkle with the breath, with that life force energy. So feel that happening as you move up the spine. 2 more breaths. One more. Coming up, and then I'm going to show you sideways on. So we're going to use Kapalabhati now, which is a really powerful and energizing breath, and it really wakes things up. So still in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, bring the hands behind you, the fingers pointing away, sitting up nice and tall, and then we're going to lift the ribs away from the pelvis, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then we're going to start to breathe using the nostrils only. So it's a powerful exhalation that you draw the lower belly into the back of the body as you force that exhalation out. So have a little go. So inhaling through the nose and use the lower belly to force that exhalation out through the nose. So it's an active exhalation and a more passive inhalation. Okay, just release for a moment. I'm going to take my top off actually because I get really hot doing this. So think of this as really starting to bring that dormant energy up from the lower parts of the body, passing it through the fire of your core and expelling the air out using that power, and then filling up with a fresh, more passive inhale. So we'll get going, and then I'm going to count to 75. So let's get going. One. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. Almost there. 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Big inhale through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. Take a moment to notice the effects of your pranayama there. You can feel quite lightheaded here, so just take a moment to make sure that you're okay. And if you need to fold forward for a moment, just to rebalance there, then do so. Notice as you start to feel the deep core starting to become active. Already noticing that strength that's there. We're going to build upon that in a moment as we start to wake up the core even more with sub-abdominal exercises. And feeling the energy move up the body, starting to feel lighter, embodying that yang energy, the strength, power, more masculine in nature, lighter. Okay, so coming onto your back, we're going to do elbow to knee here. So bringing the knees up above the hips and then point the feet away, but spread the toes and flex them back. Bring the hands and interlace the fingers around the back of the neck. Maybe use the thumbs to massage the neck, keep it nice and soft. And then lifting your elbows up so that you can see them. Pulling your lower ribs towards the ground. We're going to lift up through the armpits and the elbows. Well done. Okay, so inhaling here through the nose. Hold the breath as you press your lower back into the ground, curling the tailbone up. And as you exhale, we're going to reach the elbows over to the right knee and extend the left leg away. Inhale as you lift up your right shoulder blade. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up as you press lower back down. Exhale in, pull lower belly to the ground. Inhale, come to center, bend the left knee and extend the right leg away. Hold the breath as you curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down, reach elbows over to the left knee. Inhale as you lift up left shoulder blade. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, come to center, switch the legs, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. And as you exhale, elbows go over to the right knee, pull lower belly down. Inhale, lift up right shoulder blade. Hold the breath as you curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Well done. Come to center as you inhale, switch the legs. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, keep the neck relaxed. And as you exhale, go over to the left knee, pull lower belly to the ground. Well done. Inhale, lift up left shoulder blade. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Looking amazing, guys. We're going to do one more either side. Inhale, center, switch the legs. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, go over to right knee, pull lower belly down. Amazing. Inhale, right shoulder blade lifts up, keep the neck relaxed. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale to center, last time guys, well done. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, go over to the opposite knee. Well done. Inhale, lift up left shoulder blade. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, center. And exhale, let it go through the mouth as you bring the feet down. Let the hands come away from the neck for a moment. Take a moment to notice how that feels. Okay, we're going to keep this going. So cross your right knee over the left. If you can hook that right foot underneath your left calf or around the left ankle, then do so. If not, don't worry, you can just squeeze the legs together. Option here to keep the left foot on the ground, or you can lift the left foot up so that it's in the same line as the knees. Keep the feet active so the legs are squeezing together. Bring your hands and place one on top of the other, then bring them both right to the top of your thigh there. So pressing down that heel of the palm almost into the hip crease there. Bring the head and shoulders back down. We're going to do 5 here. So inhaling as you press the hands onto the thighs, resist that, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, and as you exhale, pull the lower belly down. 4 more of these. Inhale, press and resist, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, exhale, pull your lower belly down. Feel that power. Well done. Inhale, press and resist. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, keep your neck relaxed. And exhale, pull lower belly down. Well done. 2 more. Inhaling. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, the neck is soft. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Well done. Keep pressing, keep resisting. Inhale. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Inhale, release. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. That one is a bitch, I know. Well done. Cross the left over the right. Hook if you want. Foot down or foot lifted to knee height, you choose. Having this internal rotation of the thighs. Place your right hand on top of the left. Heel of that left palm down in the groin, down in the hip crease. And off we go. Inhaling. Press and resist. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, pull lower belly down. Well done. 5 of these. Inhale and press and resist. Keep that neck relaxed. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Keep pressing. Keep resisting. Exhale through the nose. Pull lower belly down. Well done. 3 more. Inhale. Press. Resist. Keep pressing. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale. Pull lower belly down. Exhales through the nose. Yeah? 2 more. Inhale. Press and resist. Give your head a little move side to side. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Pull your lower belly down. Doing amazing. We've got 1 more. Inhale. Go on. You can do it. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale. Pull lower belly down. Make it a good one. And release. Whew. Well done. Oh, baby. Okay, so from here, grab your block. Bring the block as far down near to the groin as you can, and the narrow side of the block should be facing you. If you've got a book, then the narrow side of the book facing you. Heels directly below the knees. I want you to turn the feet out to 45 degrees. Turn your palms to face up, so the shoulders and the neck are nice and relaxed. And we're going to lift up about 6 inches off the floor. So about, kind of halfway of your maximum in terms of where you can go here. Okay, so we've got the toes out 45 degrees. We're going to work these outer hip muscles. So inhale in, fill up, hold the breath as you squeeze the block, push the heels down, and as you exhale, try and drag those heels back towards your shoulders, maybe lifting up a little more. Well done. Inhale, fill up. Hold the breath as you squeeze the block, tuck your tailbone, press the heels down, and as you exhale, try and drag the heels back and lift the hips up a little bit more. Well done. 3 more here. So feeling the sides and the backs of the legs as well as the glutes working here. Keep the upper body relaxed. Inhale in, squeeze, tuck the tailbone, press heels down, exhale, pull in the heels back towards you. One more. And as you inhale, bring the back down from the top, middle, bottom, and take your block out to the side, hugging those knees in towards the chest. Nice stretch of those hamstrings and glutes there. And we're going to do a spinal rock, crossing at the ankles, and we're going to come into downward facing dog. Well done. Easing out in downward facing dog. It should feel quite nice to stretch out the glutes and the back of the legs there. Well done. So have the neck nice and relaxed here. Head hanging heavy. Pressing through the fingertips and through the circumference of your palms. So the whole hand pressing down into the ground. As you press down there, try to turn your biceps to face the front of the room so you've got this external rotation of the upper arms. Keep the head hanging loose there. Feel the weight of the head hanging there. Let the neck relax. Feel your shoulder blades wrapping around the sides of the ribs so you get that slight nipping sensation behind your armpits. Lift the belly button up towards the back of the body. Squeeze the fronts of the thighs and reach through the heels. A nice, strong downward facing dog, allowing you to experience a release through the sides of the arms, sides of the body, the chest, backs of the legs. Strength and flexibility. Looking towards your hands, and let's step or walk up to the top of the mat. Have your feet at hip width apart. Inhaling as you lengthen forward. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, press through the heels, rise all the way up. Coming into a little back bend here as you lift the ribs away from the pelvis. Bring the biceps past the ears. And as you exhale, we're going to fold forward. Inhale, lengthening forward and step your left foot back, bringing the left knee onto the ground. A choice here to lengthen your spine by reaching the crown of the head forward or lifting up into a lunge. Then bringing the hands down as you step back into a high plank. We're going to take 5 breaths in your high plank. Spread the fingers, press through fingertips and circumference of the palm. Turn the biceps to face forward, lift the chest. Feel the shoulder blades wrapping around the sides here. Lift ribs, lift belly, tuck tail, squeeze thighs, just like in your downward facing dog. If you want a little more here, lift up onto the big toe tips and bring the shoulders forwards of the wrists. So you've got a really deep flexion in the wrists there. Push up. And for the last 2 breaths, maybe dragging the wrists back to the toes and the toes forward to the wrists. Well done. Keep breathing. Keep the neck relaxed. Head is heavy. Well done. So from here, you can choose on an exhalation to go straight back to downward facing dog. Or if you want to lower down chaturanga and then come through into a back bend before joining in downward facing dog. Well done. From your downward facing dog, I'd like you to drop down onto your forearms, coming into dolphin. 5 breaths in dolphin. So keeping the shoulders over the elbows. Press through the forearms, push the biceps away from each other. Lift the chest, lift the belly. As you press down through forearms, shift the weight back into the legs. And you'll feel a stretch into the sides of the body as you stretch your spine. Well done. Nice and strong, neck relaxed. 1 more breath. See if you can press both elbows up at once. It's really hard. 1 at a time is okay. Well done. Inhale, lift your left leg. And as you exhale, bring the knee to the chest, coming forward. Lift, lift, lift. And try and get your left foot just shy of the left hand. Well done. If not, give it a lift. Right knee drops down. Stretch your spine on an inhale, coming forward or lifting up. Watch the lower back. Bring your hands down, kick that right leg behind, soften the knees and bring the right foot down at hip width apart from the left. Lengthen forward, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Doing a wonderful job. Press through the heels, lift, rise, tuck the tail. Ribs lift away from pelvis. And exhale as we fold. Well done. Inhale, lengthen forward. This time I want you to step your right foot back and drop that right knee down. We're going to come into lizard lunge for 5 breaths. Sorry, lounge lunge for 5 breaths. So from here, reach your right hand out to the corner of your mat. And then what we're going to do is come onto the top of that back foot, and I want you to revolve round to face your left knee. I'll show you sideways on. So the right hand goes out to the side of your mat. We hug on to this left shin, and then you revolve the hips around so that you turn to face your left knee. And then we breathe into the right ribs here, trying to push those ribs towards your right heel. And you can pull on this left shin to pull your elbow back. The right arm is straight. And you're slightly resting just onto the outside of that right thigh. Don't worry if you haven't got it properly yet, it's okay. It's a tricky one, but it's so good for opening up the side body and stretching into hip flexors. One more. Coming back up, step back into a high plank. Well done. Inhale, high plank. And you choose how to get yourself back to downward facing dog. You can go directly via a chaturanga, maybe modify with the knees down, coming through into your back bend, shoulder blades squeeze together, exhaling, downward facing dog. Well done. This time, just drop onto your knees, and then I want you to turn your palms to face up as you bring the elbows down. So we're going to do dolphin with the palms facing up. From here, I want you to try to press your thumbs into the ground, keeping all of the fingertips pressing into the ground. Well, it's the fingernails actually. Check that your shoulders are over the elbows and lift those knees up as you straighten the legs, coming into dolphin with the palms facing up. Well done. So keep the neck relaxed. This is super hard. Neck relaxed. Why don't you get the core and the legs involved a little bit to try and help out your upper body? Well done. One more breath. How different does this feel? Pop onto the knees, bring the hands back onto the ground, lift up, downward facing dog, and then from here, we're going to lift the right leg, exhale, knee to chest, lift, 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 and bring your right foot down just by the right hand. Left knee down, top of the left foot comes down. Take your left hand away diagonally and bring your right hand onto this right shin, just up by your knee. Bend the elbow, and then we're going to pull back here as you revolve round to face your right knee. Nice, Ruth, perfect. Try pressing through the top of your left foot. Inhale as you balloon those ribs towards that left hand and twisting round as you sink down. So your left hip should be slightly floating off the ground. Deep stretch into hip flexors. So nice for the side of the body. 2 more. You can use the pull on this knee to help you go deeper. Inhale as you come back into your lunge, and then we're going to kick that left leg high before softening the knees, feet hip width apart, fold yourself forward. Inhaling as you rise up, and exhale as we fold forward. Inhale, lengthen forward, and then step back into your downward facing dog straight away. Well done. From here, inhaling as you lift your right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest and come forward. We're going to lift up into a high lunge. So taking your hands onto the hips. That's it. Front knee bend. You can have the back knee bent a little bit if you need to, and if you really need to, bring it down, okay? You choose. So check that your hips are squared off to the top of your mat. So we're going to push those hands down into the hips, and then I want you to lift your ribs away from the pelvis. Squeezing the elbows together behind the back. Push down into the hips, lift the ribs. and coming a little more into a back bend. So you should feel this deeply through hip flexors on left side, and maybe starting to feel a stretch into the abdomen, lifting that spine up, 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 and going back. Well done. One more. Inhale as you come forward, exhaling into high plank. Inhale, high plank. Make your way back to downward facing dog. You choose. Those taking chaturanga, watch those shoulders don't drop below the elbows. Coming into a back bend, we squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward facing, in dolphin, or if you want to try turbo downward dog, then for this, we stay from downward dog, you bend the elbows out to the side, and then as you lower them, bring them back in. Your elbows are floating, and then bring the shoulders forward so that they come over the elbows. Keep the neck relaxed. I'll show you sideways on. Elbows bend out to the side, we bring them in and lower them. They float a couple of inches off the floor, head hangs loose. Try to get your legs involved a little bit in this. Trying to take the weight into the back of the body. It's like a floating dolphin pose. It's so hard. So don't worry that it's feeling maybe beyond your reach. That's okay. Remember, integrity. Okay, pushing up, downward facing dog. Well done. Upper body feeling it now, so let's work on the lower body. Lift your left leg. Bend the knee, come forward. Lift, inhale. Left foot drops down, just shy of your left hand. Lift up into a high lunge on the other side. And then we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. So the fingers coming around the sides of the hips there. Back knee down, lifted or straight, you choose. Front knee over the ankle. If you want a little more here, lift your left toes and spread them. See what happens. We're going to press the hips down. Lift the ribs away from the pelvis and squeeze the shoulder blades together behind the back as you try to bring those elbows closer together. Well done. Inhale, press down into the hips. Lift ribs away from pelvis and feel that bend in the thoracic spine. So not lower back, we're keeping the lower back nice and long, and then we're looking to create the bend further up the spine. Well done. One more breath. Oh, feel it in the legs. It's nice. Okay. Bring your hands down as you inhale. Kick your right leg behind. Standing split. Soften the knees. Feet at hip width apart. We're going to inhale, lengthen forward. Exhaling as you fold. Inhale, press through the heels and rise up. And coming into your back bend before bringing the hands together into heart center. Well done. Let's take 5 breaths here just to check in. So we've done quite a lot there. Where do you need to be strong? And where is the softness needed? Feel your heart beating. Maybe starting to feel that connection with a deeper part of you. The heart is the portal to spirit world. And whatever that means for you, just something beyond this Monday morning, wherever you are. What else is going on beyond this? Okay, opening the eyes. We're going to keep the feet at hip width apart, and I want you to come into this wide-legged chair pose. 5 breaths here. So trying to keep those knees over the feet, trying to be able to see the big toes, second toes, maybe all of them, and we sit down. Well done. So try to avoid the knees knocking together or going too wide. We're strong. Well done. Reaching through the sides of the body, keeping those shoulder blades dropping down the back. That's a really complicated cue, so don't worry if it doesn't feel right for you. Maybe work on that wrapping and then pulling the shoulder blades down the back. Well done. One more breath. Exhale as you fold forward. So you've got options here. You can simply step straight back into downward facing dog, or those of you who have crow in your practice, bring the knees onto the upper arms, come forward, and then I want you to jump back chaturanga before coming through into your back bend, and then we're all going to join
in downward facing dog. Just an extra option for those who want it. Left toes on the diagonal. Bring your right foot to the top of the mat. Right knee over right foot. Oh God, ankle. You should be able to press through the outer edge of your left foot. Bring the hips facing forward, a bit like in that lunge. I want you to imagine that you've got the hands on the hips, and then we're going to bring the right elbow in front, bring the left elbow on top, hands on the shoulders, or you can take a wrap. Whichever you choose, have the elbows up at shoulder height. Okay, so imagine that you're pressing those hips down, then lift the ribs away from the pelvis, squeeze the elbows together and maybe lift those elbows a bit higher. Maybe lift and spread the front toes. Keep that front knee over the ankle, hips push down, lift the ribs away from the pelvis. If you want to come into a little bit of a back bend here, you can. Protect lower back. We've got 2 more breaths. Well done. Lovely. And then from here, release the arms and open out to the left side of your mat, coming into Warrior 2. And we're going to do bird wings. So bring the elbows to the sides of the ribs. You've got your hands pointing out in front, like this. Turn the palms to face up. Keep that front knee over the ankle. Lift and spread the toes if you like. Inhale as you fill up the lungs, the back as well. And as you exhale, take the hands out to the side. Keep the elbows into the sides of the ribs. Well done. Inhale, fill up, feel those shoulder blades spread, the heart lift. Exhale, release the air through the nostrils as you squeeze shoulder blades together, hands go back. 3 more. It's really tough to keep those elbows in. Watch that front knee hasn't straightened up. Last one. And bring the hands back in. We're going to take the fingers, the thumb and forefinger of the left hand and bring it into that side hip crease here. We're going to push down and then we're going to sweep the right arm up as you come into your reverse warrior. If you like, you can cradle the left side of the head here, bringing a bit more weight into that right hand, helping you get more out of the stretch in the right side. Press left hand into the hip. Lift both sides of the body away in this side bend. So it's a reverse warrior variation. If you need to straighten up the front leg, do so, and then bend. Well done. So there's all these little extras that you can do to get more out of the poses. If you know something better for your body, do that. As long as it feels good, that's what we want. Okay, so from here, we're going to release the arms, cartwheel those arms forward, and step back into a high plank. Well done. Inhale, high plank, and make your way to downward facing dog. Options here. You can have child's pose for 5 breaths. If you need to chill, downward facing, dolphin, or you can come into your turbo. Neck relaxed. Well done. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. Try to shift the weight into the legs if you're feeling it too heavy through the upper body. Are you holding any tension in your neck? Are you wrinkling the forehead? Is the jaw clenched? Let it all go there. That's it. Where is the strength? Where is the softness needed? Coming up into downward facing. Right toes on the diagonal, foot slightly forward, left foot to the top of the mat. We're going to lift up into your Warrior 1. Remember, Warrior 1, hips are forward. Pressing through the outer edge of your back foot, left elbow underneath, right on top. So when we do eagle arms, the knee that's in front is the elbow that's underneath, just to let you know. Hands on the shoulders or take a wrap of the right wrist. Well done. Lift and spread the left toes. Does that make a difference? Then we're going to push the hips down, Squeeze elbows, lift ribs away from pelvis. And if you want to go a little more into your back bend by lifting those elbows higher, you can. Do what feels good. Do what your body needs. This is actually quite an intense back bend. Might not look it, but that's okay. Wonderful, really nice. All those knees over the ankles there. Well done, amazing. Okay, so from here, release the arms and open out Warrior Two, facing the right side of your mat. So still got those back toes in slightly, even if you've taken that leg away. Front knee over the ankle, lift and spread the left toes, and we're coming into your bird wings once again. So elbows into the sides of the body, palms facing up. Inhale, nice big breath. Use as much of the lung capacity as you can. And as you exhale, hands go out to the side. Well done. Inhale, come in. So spread the fingers. Keep the hands really active, squeezing those elbows together. Inhale. Sorry, squeezing shoulder blades together on the exhale. Well done. 2 more. Bring the thumb and forefingers along the back side of your hip. Drop that right shoulder blade down. Sweep the left arm up, and it might be nice for you to cradle the head. Press down into that right hip. Lift up through both sides of the body, using the weight of the head to help you get a deeper stretch into the left side there. Relax the face. If you need to straighten up your front leg for a moment, do so. Watch that left knee isn't caving in. Well done. Keeping that front knee over the ankle. My postman's looking at me through the window here as he's trying to get me to sign for a parcel. Okay, from here we're going to release the arms, cartwheel forward, and we go back into high plank. I want you to drop your knees. I want you to come onto the belly and have a moment here, crossing the hands in front and bring your forehead down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come into a cobra variation here. So first of all, the feet. Turn your heels out so that your little toes are starting to press into the mat. They might not reach there, but just so that you've got that internal rotation of the thighs. And then we're going to take the hands out to the sides and corners of your mat. And then from here, I want you to tuck the tailbone, press the little toes into the ground, and use the back muscles to lift up. Now you might have a bend in the elbows, that's what we need. So basically it's like a wide-armed cobra pose. Yeah? I'll show you this way on. So we've got a little bend in the elbows, and we're going to use that bend, and hopefully you've got a bit of a grip on the ground to be able to pull back. So press little toes into the ground, tuck tailbone so that you feel the pubic bone pressing down. And then we're going to press the hands and try and drag them back with a bend in the elbows as you bring those ribs forward of your pelvis. The back muscles working super hard here. This is challenging. The arms are getting involved as well. Try to use your back muscles to keep you lifted. We've got hamstrings, glutes working here. The core working and the back of the body working. Well done. Keep the neck relaxed. Try and pull your heart forward as you drag those elbows back. One more. And coming down, take a moment here. Ooh. And when you're ready, hands down, push yourself back, downward facing dog, easing out there, Should feel nice for your back to stretch a bit here. And then we're going to step up to the top of the mat, feet at hip width apart, coming into your chair pose, the knees wide, and exhaling, coming up to standing. Well done. Let's go again. Make sure that your block is at the right hand corner of your mat. So option to go straight back to downward facing dog as you fold, or you can come forward, lift up the kasana if this is in your practice, and then jumping back to chaturanga, coming through into your upward facing dog or cobra, and then we all join in downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to bring the left foot up and then bring the right foot to the top of the mat. So the feet are a bit closer together and we're squeezing those sit bones towards each other. The legs are straight, so this is pyramid. If your hands don't reach the floor, bring them onto the hips. We want to keep those hips square, shooting that right hip back, lifting the ribs forward of the pelvis as you inhale, exhale, folding in. Nice. We've got another 3 breaths here. If you can get the hands on the floor, bend the elbows a little and drag those elbows back as you pull the ribs forward and then fold. Keep shooting the left hip back. Well done. The right hip back, sorry. Have your block outside your right foot there, and we're going to cross the left arm over the body and find the block with your left and right hand. Now if you've got a big bend in this right knee, then you'll need to come up onto a higher level of your block so that the legs are straight. We don't want to lock out there, but we do want legs as straight as you can get them. And then from here, we're going to revolve around using your left triceps for stability, bringing your right hand onto the lower back, coming into your revolved triangle pose, and it may be that you can lift this arm up as you come into the full expression of the pose. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Shooting that right hip back, ribs forward, revolving the right side of the chest round. Keep your hand on the lower back if you need the stability. Looking great there, everybody. Well done. Inhale as you come back. And then from here, we're going to bend your right knee, take your left foot back a little bit, interlace the fingers behind the back, and we're coming into humble warrior. So pressing through the outer edge of your left foot, the right knee bent over the ankle, hands interlaced, fingers interlaced behind the back, and we bow down here. Reach those arms up, ribs come forward, and sinking down. Keep shooting that right hip back. Relax the neck. And then from here, keeping the legs in the same position. Cross your left elbow over that right knee. So we're coming back into a twist. So this is your twisted warrior here. Well done. Keep shooting right hip back, pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. If it's easier for you to come up into a high lunge and feels better, then pivot on your back foot and lift that heel. Press your top hand into that bottom fist and revolve that right side of the chest round. Well done. Inhale in and exhale. Well done. 1 more breath. Big stretch into that right thigh. Well done. We're going to inhale as you come up. High lunge. Whoa, feel it in that right hip. Hands down. You can go straight back, downward facing, or you can lower down, chaturanga, coming through into your back bend, and we join in downward facing dog. Well done. Bring your block over to the left side of your mat. From here, we're going to bring the right foot slightly forward and the left foot to the top of the mat. Coming into pyramid on the other side. So if your hands don't reach the floor, it's cool. Just bring your hands onto your hips, shoot left hip back, squeeze sit bones together, lift the ribs forward and fold. If the hands come onto the floor, the fingertips, bend your elbows a little bit and drag those elbows back as you pull on the ground with your fingertips, ribs forward, left hip back, exhale, fold. This goes so deep into that left thigh. Well done. Keep your back leg strong. One more. Crossing the hands over the body. Take hold of your block, mid-height, or bring it onto the highest level if you've got a bend in that left knee. Activate right triceps and revolve the left side of the chest round without twisting those hips. Bringing the left hand onto lower back and maybe lifting this arm up if that feels good for you. Keep shooting left hip back. Use those triceps of that right arm to help keep you stable. That's it. Where is the strength needed in order for you to then start letting go of the tension in your body? Ask these questions while in the pose, if you can. Amazing, guys. One more breath. Turn to face that front foot. Bend your left knee. Take the right foot back slightly. Still pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. Bring the arms behind. Interlace the fingers together. Some of you may be able to push the palms together. Straighten up those arms. And then bring yourself down inside that left knee as you bring the arms overhead. Humble warrior. So a lovely opening across the chest here. Lovely. Beautiful. So front knee is bent and we bow down. Core still working really hard here. You might have noticed that the core basically always works hard. Still working on that strong breath. Keeping the legs the same. Release the arms. Bring your right elbow to the outside of that left knee and coming into your twisting warrior. Those of you who are really struggling to keep the outer edge of that back foot down, just pivot and come onto the toes as you lift the back heel. Press your top hand into that bottom hand. So bottom hand is a fist, and then we press down as we push up, using that resistance, and then revolve that left side of the chest round. Well done. Keep shooting your left hip back, bringing the ribs forward of the pelvis and twist. Amazing. One more breath. Inhaling as you come up, high lunge, hands down, and you can step straight back down dog or go via your chaturanga and your upward facing or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Well done. Bend the knees, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat, feet at hip width distance apart. Inhale, lengthen forward, exhaling as you fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, coming up to standing. Well done. Let's keep it going. Inhale, chair pose, wide-legged. Fold yourself forward. Go straight back down dog, or you can go crow or step back using your chaturanga and your back bend. And then we all join downward facing dog. Well done. Inhale, right leg lift. Exhale, knee to chest. Bring the right foot forward. And then from here, we're going to lift up and we're going to come into arrow lunge. So reach those arms behind you. First of all, front knee over the ankle. Back leg nice and straight. This might feel nice for you, or you can reach the arms in front, pushing through the back heel and reaching through the hands. You choose. Here or here. Coming down, bending that left knee. And then from here, you can bring your left hand onto the block or just have the left hand on the floor as you turn to face your right knee. So we're coming into a twist again. Choice here, you can bend that back knee and take hold of the foot, kicking the foot into the hand. Keep your right big toe pressing down, that knee coming into the centre line. You can do this if that feels better for you. It can be quite nice here if you've got the hand on the lower back, just to have a little play with the sacrum, just pushing it back and forward. Noticing if you've got movement there. Okay, we're going to come into a lunge. So we're down in your low lunge. You might want to protect your left knee with your top or maybe doubling your mat over. If you've got a strap, then take your strap around that back foot. So bend the knee and get your strap around that back foot. Taking the strap wide, you can stay here. Or if you've got the strap long enough, you can take the hands up above the head and then bring both sides of the strap together as you start to walk the hands down the strap. Those without a strap, see if you can take hold with one hand, maybe bringing the left hand behind and the right hand on here. So just play, maybe taking hold with both. Okay, so do what feels good for you. I really like this one where you bring the strap up above the head and then as you kick the foot into the strap, you can walk the hands further down, watching the lower back the whole time. Well done. Relax the face, relax the neck. If you've got that strap behind you, try and straighten the arms. That's it, Caitlin. And kick the foot into the strap to bring tension into the strap. And then you can pull and press at the same time. Beautiful, guys. Well done. So this is a really deep back bend. Let's release. Go back into downward facing dog or high plank and make your way through. This little bit of core work can be really nice after that deep back bend. Well done. Easing out. So choice is here. You can have a resting child's pose, or if you like, downward facing, dolphin, or turbo. You do what you feel you need. Draw the belly button into the spine. Feel that lower back lengthening out. Lift those ribs up, Em, a little bit. Try and flatten out your back. Well done. That's it. Well done. Okay, wherever you are, coming into downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to lift the left leg. Exhale, glide that left foot to the top of the mat. And we're going to come into your arrow lunge. So nice long line with the body, front knee bent, here or here. Think about pushing through your back heel and reaching through the arms. Nice. It's like you could take off, isn't it? So nice. You look like you're about to take flight, Judy. It's amazing. Sorry, I'm making you laugh. Sorry. Ooh, lost my balance. Okay, bringing the hands down. Bend your back knee. Have your block at the right side or just your hand down. And then we're going to twist around to face your left knee. Bringing the left hand onto the lower back as you give your sacrum a little bit of a massage. Press your left big toes down. And it may be that you can take hold of that back foot. Taking hold of the outer edge of your back foot will open the chest a little bit more. See how that feels. Kick the foot into the hand and then resist that and notice the difference. Notice perhaps a bigger stretch through that right thigh as you kick. And notice as you pull on that foot, a bit more of a stretch into your left shoulder. Well done. Watch that knee doesn't flop out to the side. Keep it in. One more breath. And coming down. If you need to pad your knee up, then do so. We're going to lift up into this low lunge, hand on the knee. So you can try taking hold with that right foot, right hand, left hand on the thigh, or both hands. If you've got your strap, then it takes a little bit of practice this to lasso that strap around your right foot. So making sure there's tension in the strap. Yeah? Arms are straight. Or well done. Lift ribs away from pelvis. Lift, lift, lift. Shoulder blades coming together behind the back. Amazing, guys. That's it. Well done. Lovely. Nice, Ruth. Keep kicking that foot into the strap or your hand. And release. You can go straight back to down dog or go via your chaturanga, back bend. These back bends should be feeling nicer by now. And downward facing dog. We're going to bend the knees and have a little sit back in child's pose. Well done. Okay, so from here, if you have a wall, then take yourself up to the wall, bring your legs into an L shape at the wall, and where your bottom foot is, we're going to bring the hands as we do downward facing dog against the wall. So here, walking the legs down, maybe lifting the leg high, maybe starting to pulse away from the wall. If you haven't got a wall, it's okay. Bring yourself to downward facing dog. Walk the feet up. Bring your strong leg above the head. Bend your other knee and bring it into the chest. Come in, come in. We want those wrists directly underneath the shoulders or even the shoulders slightly forward. Wrap the shoulder blades, turn biceps forward. You can simply work on leaning forward and use that back leg to get the lift, or you can try a few kicks. Okay, so you choose. If you're at the wall, as you bring the legs down, make sure that you don't go into that banana back. So keep lifting everything away from the ground. Well done. No compression in lower back. Draw that belly button into the spine. Well done, you're doing an amazing job. So Judy, lift in one of those legs, I think you can. Well done, my love. Try and touch the ceiling with that top leg. And then maybe just gently pulse yourself away from the wall. Even just using your big toe for the balance. Keep that top leg straight. Well done. Beautiful. Nice, great. Nice, Emma. That's amazing. So we're calm and steady. So I want you to feel fear, okay? That's why we're doing this, really. Getting used to feeling fear and knowing that it's fine. And coming down when you're ready. Let's have a little rest in child's pose. When we've built the strength, when we've got the body used to feeling that it's being used in the ways that it was designed, you can start to trust it a bit more. When we've released tension, where it might have built up due to unhealthy ways of moving or treating your body, things start to make sense and everything comes together. But it truly is not just a physical, but it is a mental and emotional journey as well. That fear, usually there in your back bends or in your inversions. And so if we go into them with integrity and we build the strength and we're able to breathe, things start to come together with a bit more ease. And these challenging postures start to become a real joy. Okay, so from here, bring yourself up into downward facing, and then we're going to come to the top of the mat, crossing the ankles as you lie on your back. Options here, 10 breaths in bridge pose, and you could maybe play with lifting the legs, so you can interlace your fingers around the back here and press down, turning the right toes on the diagonal and maybe lifting one leg for a couple of breaths, and then the other foot comes down, toes on the diagonal lift up. Or just holding your bridge pose here and enjoying that lovely stretch of the front of the body. Those who want a little bit more, you can bring the hands by the shoulders with the fingers pointing back towards your shoulders. First of all, lift up into a reverse tripod headstand. Maybe this is enough for you. Lower the hips, tuck the tailbone, and as you exhale, press and try and lift hips and shoulders at the same time. Lower hips, tuck tailbone and press. Once you're up, you might want to lift the heels, or maybe explore one-legged variation. Turning the right toes out and lifting the left leg. Have a play. 4 more breaths. I want you to enjoy this, so be able to smile, have the face free of tension. Enjoy. Keep that lower back nicely protected. Well done. Equal front and back. Well done. And coming down. Woohoo! Okay, take a moment just to enjoy how alive you feel following all of that wonderful heart opening. We've opened up the back, the sides, the front of the heart, creating some physical space around your heart, releasing some of that tension, that blockage that might exist around your heart, helping you open up a bit more there. Also working on some fears and limiting beliefs. Another way of starting to chip away at that armour that surrounds your heart, helping you get back to that place of joy, freedom, compassion and love for yourself and others. Okay, so from here, what I'd like you to do is bring your hands onto the thighs, the heels of the palms right down in the hip crease here. And then we're going to have the knees above the ankles. And then I'd like you to press those hands into the thighs and try and lift the thighs up out of the pelvis. And then I want you to take a lovely big breath into the lower portion of the ribs. You're going to feel the lower back lift up and maybe the lower portion of the shoulder blades. This is known as back traction pose. Press the hands into the thighs, feel them lift, and then lift the ribs away from the hips as you inhale. So you will get a bit of an arch in the lower back, but try to lift that up towards your heart. Press and inhale, lift. One more. And come down. Okay, your legs have worked so hard today. So what can be really nice for your Shavasana today is if you have a wall, I'll show you in a moment. Those that don't have a wall, find your block. You might want to bring a cushion on top of your block. Bring it underneath your sacrum. And then we're going to lift those knees up Make sure that your lower back then comes onto the block, and then we're going to straighten up the legs and let the palms face up, reaching the arms down the body, coming into Viparita Karani. Try to relax the legs, let them hang here. If you don't want to do that and you prefer a normal Shavasana, do it, that's fine. Those who are near a wall, bring your bum up against the wall, and then we slide the bum so that it's against the wall. You can have a block underneath your lower back here if you wish. Just make sure it's comfortable. And then palms facing up, arms reaching down the body. And let's give those legs a rest. So you're either here at the wall, similarly on the block, or just take your normal Shavasana, that's fine. Well done. So let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and let it go through the mouth. If it's too much for you and you don't find that you're settling into this, then just bring the legs down, absolutely fine. Often people find that the tension releasing benefits for the legs can be felt after a few moments in this pose, but if it's not working for you, then don't worry about it. This is your time, you've really earned this relaxation, so let yourself enjoy. Okay, so now trying to let go in every way. Let go of any need to control your body. Let the wall or the block support you. As your feet maybe tip towards your head, then you'll find a position that allows you to just settle in and let go. And now taking your attention to the center of your chest, to your spiritual heart, located just to the right of your physical heart. Focusing all of your attention on this space now. So no focus needed on the body or the breath. Use your mind's power to start to connect with your heart. Notice what's going on around your heart today. We're all born with a pure heart. And then as all these difficulties that life throws up, we look to start protecting that vulnerable and powerful heart with some layers of armour. Some of this is really helpful. It is vital to protect you from constantly being hurt. But it gets seductive in the sense that you think that you can fully protect yourself with thicker layers of armour, and all of a sudden you reach a point where you're disconnected, not just from others around you and experiencing joy and a genuine fulfillment and love. Everything just feels a bit dull. And the worst pain of all is that you forget who you are. You become disconnected from your truth. The armour got too thick. And so we can use yoga to start to strip away some of those physical layers around the heart, often represented by a tight chest, tight shoulders, emotionally feeling cut off, the head bowed down, the shoulders rounded, hiding from the world. And so with Yoga Asana you can start to bring those shoulders back and open up your heart, lifting those arms above the head, feeling free. And emotionally, as we start to face some of those things that you've become fearful of, you remove the emotional layers around your heart. And then your mind is retrained to know that you can cope with
a bit of adversity, some difficult stuff. And then you connect back to your heart, that place of power. And you see that all the strength that you built while removing those layers can be used to help you experience joy, freedom of movement, freedom of emotional expression, having confidence and hope, all those amazing qualities that we come into this world with. That's your spirit. And so those of you who want to stay here with your heart for a bit longer, and you just zone out from the rest of what I'm saying, and I will see you soon. And for everybody else, we're going to come back now. So first of all, coming back into your physical body through the breath. Take a nice deep breath and feel your chest expand, and then go all the way down into the belly. Exhale in as you feel that energy move from the chest through the whole body. Feel that warm glow of love, compassion, joy and freedom and acceptance move through your whole body. Gently starting to move the fingers and the toes, giving the knees a little bend, and if you're in Viparita Karani, then bringing those knees down to the chest. Maybe reaching those arms overhead in a nice little stretch, and coming over onto whichever side feels good for you. Take a moment to check in with how you're feeling, physically, emotionally. How's your energy changed from the beginning of the class? And when you're ready, press your top hand into the ground. Let's keep your neck nice and soft. Done all that work on releasing the neck. Keep it nice and soft. Let's train the neck to stay soft. And then we come into our start position. The hands together into prayer position and the thumbs resting against the sternum. Really simple gratitude today. Take a nice big breath in. And bring to mind anything that you're grateful for. Anything that makes your heart swell. That you love, appreciate, that brings you joy. And enjoy how it feels. This is another really great way to start to connect deeper with your heart. Being grateful for what you already have. And so to close the practice, we'll take a breath together. Inhaling. And exhaling, gently blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, guys. Well done. Namaste. Okay, well done, guys. Amazing effort today. Hard practice. Enjoy your lovely free and open bodies. And I will see you soon.